Yes, we are live. It is 1800 hours. And as usual, I am on time. See, I like this. I think this is a Brit part of me, actually. But welcome, everybody. Welcome to me, Annie D, and Purple Sofa Conversation. Hey, Bharadwaj, good to know that you're in. And of course, it has been, well, quite a while. But obviously, it's a well-needed break. It was a Diwali break, and I was taking full advantage of it. But I am here now, absolutely. And I already have somebody in. Yeah, I could have a conversation with you, Bharadwaj. Yeah, good evening. Good to know that you're in. Now, today, of course, my guest today, professional tennis player. That's who I'm talking today. I'm talking to Purav Raja today. Now, of course, he is, oh, look, Amisha, good to know, wavy. I'll carry on in a minute. But of course, Purav Raja, my guest today, he plays the ATP World Tour. And of course, what is the ATP? It is the Association for Professional Tennis Players. And of course, it is a body that governs the tournaments for male professional tennis players. And of course, excuse me, my throat has gone suddenly. And it's me talking too much. And of course, Purav Raja, I shall continue, has done the rounds. And he is here today. And he has been a busy bee because... Now, let's see. He's won 2 ATP World level titles playing doubles, and he represents India in the Davis Cup. Now, the Davis Cup is literally a premier competition when it comes to tennis. So, as you know, I've got a man who is in the know, and he is definitely worth talking to and listening to today. Before I move on, Tareem, hi, how are you? Paveen, good to know that you've joined in too. And I've got little love hearts and everything coming up. Ayaan, good to know that you're in. So I'm going to use this time to say hello to absolutely everybody here. I think Ilse, have I said your name right, or have I only got a part of your name right? And if I have only got a part of your name right, apologies right now. Hi everybody. So everyone's having a conversation right now. So what I am going to do right now, you two, yes, there are lots of people who want to come on. Do you know, I have updated my my Instagram, and I do hope that I can actually get my people in. So let's see. And it's all changed. It really has. But you know what? I think things are so wavy to you. And I'm now waiting for my guest to come on. So let's see. Hello.
Hi, Annie. How are you?
I'm absolutely fine, Purav.
Thanks for having me. How are you?
No, I'm absolutely fine. Thank you so much for coming on the show. Honestly.
No worries. No.
I know usually I have celebrities and famous faces coming on who I interview. This is the first time I've had a well-known personality who performs on the field.
Oh, wow. Thanks, Annie. Thanks. No, I got your request from Amisha, and I said I got to do this. So it's my pleasure.
I'm so glad that you did. And rumors are that you perform quite well on the field. So this is what today is all about.
I mean, I do okay, Annie. I do okay.
And look, Mahima's in, so good to know. So
yeah, I know. Hi, Mahima. How are you? Yeah.
So nice. Anyone you want to say hello to, you can do it now.
Everyone, hello. I'll go on.
So this is the time.
Yeah. Hi, everyone. I'll go on with your questions, Annie, and I'll say hello as the time goes on. Hi, Amisha.
Okay. Right. Okay. Look, Amisha's saying hi as well.
Hi,
hi. They're all having a conversation between themselves.
That's great. That's great. Yeah, that's great. We should just keep quiet and they can keep talking. That's good.
I think this is it, right? Well, look, no, Purav, right. So tennis or tennis-ish, okay? Because what happens generally, sometimes I take a detour, but I do come back to the subject that we were first discussing.
No way. Yeah.
Now, look, tennis, you have been playing since you were young. And what really, really young, and we're talking single digits here. And what really amazes me, I'll tell you what, now it made me think, you know, when I was reading about you, you know, when they asked us in school at 15, you know, choose your O levels and your IGCSEs.
Yeah.
And I remember thinking, you know, what the hell do I know about what I want to do in my career at this point? And I thought, wow, they're even stupid for asking. And there are people that change their careers at 40 or 30. And I always thought, you know, once I get out there, I'll know what I want to do. Yeah. But you come along and it says you picked up that racket, what, 7 years old? How?
Yeah.
How did you know?
Well, I picked up the racket at 7 years old, but that doesn't mean I knew what I wanted to do at 7.
Right, okay.
I picked up the racket at 7, but was one of those things that kind of grew in space of time. Really, it wasn't like I knew a lot more than you guys knew or anything. I actually didn't know I wanted to play professional tennis till I was about 19 years old. So I was actually very young when I mean, I was very old when very young when I picked up the racket, but very old when I made that decision. So I was actually not, it's not like it just happened. And it was one of those gradual processes that I look back upon, and I'm pretty amazed that I did it at 7, but at the same time, it's like, you know, like it wasn't one of those things that I wanted to do. Like it was, yeah.
Well, did you decide on your own, or did you have some help? Was it your dad saying, you know, Purav, I see you, you're a prodigy?
I was, you know, I was trying to be like the cool kid in school. I was trying to do, that was the only thing I was kind of good at. And it was one of those things that kind of just happened. Like I didn't want it to happen like that, but honestly, it just one of those things that happened. And I knew I was good at it, but I didn't know I was the product. I didn't know I was good enough.
Oh, right.
So
Okay. But you ended up being really good.
I ended up being okay. I ended up being okay. Yeah.
Hey, look, Purav, you undersell yourself. Look, I love dancing. Okay. I love dancing. There are a lot of people that love dancing, but it doesn't mean that I'm on Dance India Dance or India's Best Dancer. I never
honestly,
make the cut.
Honestly, you would. If you just put yourself out there enough for times, if you fail enough for times, you will make the cut. I promise you, Annie. You're close. I'm no hero. I promise you.
No, not at all. That's not what, you know, what the written articles say. Honestly. But, you know, so this is it. So I want to know, though, what separates someone who enjoys what they do a lot? There could be two people, but one makes it to the professional, the international stage, but one kind of ends up, say, like me, dancing in my living room. So what separates the two, do you think, then?
A few things, but I think the main important thing that I keep telling everyone is fear of failure. I think that I've just failed more than you guys, and I've put myself in the position to fail a lot more, and I will keep failing a lot more. So so that's why I succeed, because I feel like a lot of people, they end up doing other things because of the failure in their first field. But I fail in tennis. We fail every week and we bounce back, and that's the part of the profession, you know. And in other things, like especially in India, like you don't want to put yourself out there, because in case you do fail, I'm not sure we're ready to accept it. You know, we're not sure that we're. I mean, like if anybody did the same thing over and over again, they will be successful at it. So it's just a matter of time and how many times you can afford to fail.
Right. So, okay. So the key to success is to fail.
I know. That sounds very bad, but I unfortunately it is true. The key to success is failure. Yeah.
You know, and I wish my parents understood this.
You know, like they wish the best for you, and my parents were. I went to boarding school when I was 11, and I was good at what I did, but I kept just putting myself out there, and I kept putting myself out there, and that's what I found happens to work the best. If I just learn from my mistakes and I accept failure really well, I think those are the people who succeed really.
So would you say then, so we're not born with a skill, we can also be trained as well? Is that what we're saying? What do you think?
Yeah. So I think talent is, people say I'm averagely talented, but I think that talent is the most overrated asset to possess. So talent builds an ego, and beyond the point, the ego doesn't open the door. So beyond the point, it's hard work that opens the door. So beyond the point, talent is just it might open the first door, it might open the second door. It's not gonna open the last door.
It doesn't keep you there.
No, it doesn't keep you there. It doesn't make sure that you're gonna go ahead successfully day after day. It's the attitude that counts. It's us, that it's our passion to perform day in, day out that counts. It's not our talent. We are talented, and I'm lucky to be out there. We need some talent, but we don't need to be the best you can be. It's attitude and the passion to perform.
Oh, right. Good stuff. I mean, that is definitely nice to hear, that I don't need to be born with it. I mean, you know what? I think it just makes a lot of people happy.
You don't have to be born with it. I promise you, we can make anybody anything, as long as we're them well manufactured athletes or dancers, or in your case, in dancers or whatever you want to do.
Living room.
Yeah, whatever you want to do.
Shower singer.
Yeah, we can make it happen. It's not that tough. So.
Just made my day, because I might start a new career at this last lap of my life now.
Go for it.
And I say it's all your fault.
Go for it. It's not, So.
Oh dear, oh dear. But listen then, how many then hours do you say of practice then do you put in just to fail? So
Oh
how many
yeah,
hours?
that's true. That's true. So it really depends on the day. It really depends on what I need to work on. I'm past the stage of really putting in the hours. So I put in.
Mm,
I mean, there are days I put in 4 hours, but there are days I just put in 45 minutes. As long as I get through the work.
mm,
In the past, it used to be a 4 hour training day, followed by an hour
yeah,
of fitness, followed by an hour recovery, and that's the
yeah.
general growth pattern to get the hours in, which is also very important. But over a period
Mm,
of time, I've realized that what I do is a specialized skill set, and for that, I
mm.
need specialized skills. So whatever I need to be done in that period of time. So
Oh, very disciplined.
it might be only hitting second serve. No, no, it sounds cooler than it is, Annie. It's not. It's it's just whatever requires to be done. So sometimes it's just second serve, sometimes it's just return, sometimes it's just me working on the server's partner movement or the returner's partner movement, or how I can
Mm,
help my partner out, or small things like that. But it's the small details that make
mm.
you the best, like
Right. So is it
make
like
you
the
good.
movies where they're doing strategies and they're doing all
Yeah.
sort of
No, I don't know. I don't watch many movies, Annie. So I don't know. I don't watch many movies, unfortunately. But it is a lot of strategy involved.
Ah, right, okay.
Yeah.
But do you find that, so, but when you were young, 4 hours or even 3 hours is a long time. When you're doing your schoolwork or anything, did it take a long time out of your day? Did you miss out on the social activities that normal children,
I,
went into?
yeah. Well, I think I went to boarding school, so everything was kind of planned. Like I
Yeah.
said, I became kind of a planned athlete. I didn't really become like, I didn't feel like I was missing out. Looking back on
Mm,
it, maybe I missed out on a few things. Maybe I wish I would have,
mm,
I don't know. I didn't get to live the college dream, or I didn't
yeah,
get to do certain things that, other people
yeah,
maybe did. But at the same time, I didn't feel that way. I always felt
mm,
important in my space. And I think
yeah,
that's the difference between me staying in India and going abroad. I think they made me everything kind of fit the system. While here, I
oh,
had to plan my own system because there's nothing
oh,
for a professional athlete. So in the school I went
yeah,
to, it built professional athletes. So they were used to training from 3 to 6 and then doing certain things, which I guess
mm,
you can build in India. I guess it is possible. It's just very different. It's just difficult to do it. That's all.
yeah, okay.
So we
Yeah,
just need to improve that a little bit, and that's fine.
yeah, well, you're very casual about it, but even I know, I know that you're multi-talented because I read somewhere that if you weren't a tennis player, you'd be a politician. Now, how true is that?
That's that used to be true until I grew up a little bit and learned a little more about politics, and that used to be more true when I first
Yeah.
started playing tennis. Now I'm not sure that's so true, Annie. I think I maybe could have played some table tennis. I could have played some snooker. I would have been
Yeah.
good. I think that I don't think that I don't think I would have been I don't think I'd make a great politician in India anyway. But
Well,
who
no,
knows? Who knows?
but
Who
stop
knows
it.
what the
This is
future
it.
holds? Who knows?
Never
Yeah.
say never.
Never
But this
say
is
never.
it. Now, look at by your own words, okay? You just need to fail. You just need to lose a
Yeah.
few votes, a few elections.
I'm not sure I'm
You'll be
ready to fail though. I'm not sure I'm ready to fail that much anymore. I think I failed a lot. I've used all my failures in tennis now. I think I'll
All right, okay. Because
yeah.
I'm trying to figure out though the skills that you would have transferred. What are the skills that come from tennis that could probably make you a good politician if you did go into politics though?
I think it's over a point. It's my competitiveness. It's a. I don't like yesterday, for example, the barbecue wasn't working at home, and
Yeah.
it just wasn't working. I spent 2 hours. I ruined the dinner for everyone. I spent 2 hours trying to work this barbecue. So like I said, it's a similar kind of concept, but I mean, I still didn't accept that I would not get this barbecue working. So I would just keep going and keep going and keep going. Maybe I would, and the barbecue eventually it never worked, but
But
I tried hard.
but you didn't bother using the grill then as a
I used
substitute.
the grill. I used the grill. Actually, I did use the grill because I had to, but I did. I didn't. I honestly would have loved to. But if there was anything to compare, tennis is very similar to life and politics, and
Yeah.
that's yeah. So that's
Look,
how
you've
it.
got some funny bees here. So he was saying barbecue with Raja.
Yeah, because
On,
I had a TV
yeah,
show called Chai with Raja
I
on
know.
Sony. Yeah, so and then that's what and then that's that was my
Oh,
lockdown kind of thing I did. So
all
that
these
was
smarty pants that are coming in and turning. But they
See,
might,
so,
if Instagram had a few more screens, I'd get them on actually.
I know. Soon. That's for the next iOS update of yours.
I really hope so. I really hope so. I hope it's not just a rumor from that
No,
end.
I hope so. Yes.
Yeah, but going back to tennis, look, I told you about my detours, okay?
Yeah.
So,
No, I'm fine. I can answer the question any jumble order. It's fine.
okay, but so I was just looking at I guess your equivalent of a report card, and
Okay.
that's really frightening, isn't it? When you come out with your report
It's
card.
absolutely fine. It's absolutely true. So I'm ready to accept it.
No, because I was looking at your performance in 2010 and 11. I mean, you did really well.
Yeah.
Then something happened along the way, but
Yeah.
suddenly 2015, you seem to pick up with a vengeance. So what
Yeah.
happened in between?
So, to cut a long story short, like family kind of dad fell sick. I kind of tried to
Mm,
like make this happen like between 2011, 2015, family kind of took over my
yeah.
I mean not in a bad way, just kind of one of those things that I
Your
can't
wife's
multitask.
listening. Your
Yeah.
wife's listening.
I said I can't multitask anyway. I can barely answer the phone and drive, you know. So for me to
Well,
multitask my family, like my dad's health with tennis
yeah.
was pretty much impossible. But I still felt like I could do it. Like I feel like I can do everything, and then I realized
Mm.
slowly that I can only do one thing. So
Okay.
that's exactly what happened. So after the whole thing with his suffering and stuff, after
Mm,
2015, I kind of put myself back in the position of playing tennis properly, and I gave
mm,
myself the opportunity. And it's no secret, I just worked harder and I got
mm.
better at what I did. You know, it's no, and I focused on the small things, and that's how I got good. There's no secret to my success. Unfortunately, there's no like. I can't give you the recipe for it. All I can tell you
Damn.
is that I just worked a little bit harder, and whatever I
Oh,
worked for, I got rewarded. So it wasn't like if I didn't work the year, which I didn't from 2011. Well, I mean, everyone has their own problems, and I had
yeah.
mine, and that's not an excuse. It's just the way life goes.
Yeah.
And 2011 to 2015, I was all over the place, and then
Yeah.
2015, I kind of got back into a reasonable pattern. So, and then
Well, somebody says your espresso shots are your secret.
he
Is
knows
that
Vishnu.
true?
Vishnu knows the truth. They're my tennis colleagues. They know the truth. They know
Yeah.
that I drink a lot of espresso, and there's no secret to that. I think that's I'm
Okay.
known for a few things, but this is one of them. Yeah.
No, but you've made us, lay people really happy, us normal beings really happy. I mean, we're not born with the skill. We can train, that we can fail, so it makes it all acceptable, and all we
Yeah.
need is an espresso shot. So
Yeah.
basically,
Exactly.
we've got
Basically, you have the recipe for success. You have the
all right.
recipe for success. You just need to continue to fail, drink
Yeah.
coffee, and then that's about it, and compete.
If my mum and dad come and say, Annie, what is this? I'll just say, you know what? Purav Raja told me this is how it's done. And
This
I'm
is how
getting
it's
your
done.
number.
No,
I'm
that's right. That's
asking.
right. That's fine. I just don't think they'll have the kind of time span of failure that I'm looking at. That's fine. Most families, they struggle with the time span of failure. That's the
Yeah.
truth. I mean, they don't want to see their kid fail, and that's absolutely acceptable.
This is it, damn it.
Yeah.
But listen, is there actually a peak age where you are your best? Is there kind of an expiry date? Or I know it sounds really harsh. Is there an expiry date on your ability to perform well in tennis?
I'm sure there is. Just but
You
the
haven't reached
easy
yours yet.
the easy no the easy answer is no. The easy
Uh-huh.
answer is no because like everyone's getting older and everyone's playing a lot.
Yeah.
The recovery methods are getting a lot better. Training facilities are getting a lot better. Bodies are getting a lot sharper. The training routines are getting a lot more scientific. So the
Mm,
easy answer is no. I would say that expiry date is more in one's mind. So if
okay.
that's someone's mind, if someone's mind is not ready for the grind, is not ready for the challenge, is not ready for failure, I would say they're probably not ready to give them to play at the top anymore. So
No, no,
yeah,
fair enough. So it's that, like you said, it's the
I
attitude
mean it's
really. If you're
traveling.
looking,
It's traveling 40 weeks a year. It's out of a suitcase. It's losing first rounds. It's packing your bags and leaving for the next tournament.
yeah.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure a lot of us are ready for the grind. I wasn't ready for the grind. If I would have known about all this, maybe I wouldn't have done it. I didn't know. I just put myself into it, and here I
You're the
am today.
politician.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. So maybe that happens in politics as well, but I doubt it.
Back your bags.
I doubt it. Yeah. So, yeah.
Oh dear, oh dear. But now you play doubles, right? From what I
Yeah.
understand,
Yeah.
mostly.
Yeah.
So you know what? I know when Misha is listening, right? And I
Yeah.
tell her it's purely sport question. You
Yeah.
play doubles, right? And you do really well at it. Who would you say you perform the best with?
I actually keep thinking that myself, and I'm trying to. I played well with Leander. I played well with another Indian guy called David Sharan. I mean,
Yeah.
my partners have always been, I've always played with someone who kind of lets me kind of set up play, and they kind of
Yeah.
are the more finishing type players. So I mean, without getting too technical, these are the few, these are the few guys who I played well with. Well, I mean, I'm more of a strategy type player, put it that way. I kind of
Yeah.
lead, and I played well with Jivan recently, who's another Indian
Yeah.
up and coming player. So I mean, just I played well with Ram now, and I'm just because I kind of feel like I'm very set in my ways, and if you let me
Yeah.
do what I do, and then you kind of adapt to me, that kind of works. I struggle to adapt around, and that's one of my flaws, maybe.
Oh,
But
that's a perfect relationship. That's not even
that,
tennis.
yeah, that's not even tennis, but that's the truth. I mean, I can only play my way, and I keep telling everyone, you only need to do one thing well to be
Listen
successful.
to me.
You don't know, no, you don't need to do everything well. I can only do one thing. So if you're ready for that, then let's
Do the
go.
other.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
As long as you just listen to what I say, we'll be
No,
fine.
it's more like you don't have a choice because you have to, because that's the only way we'll be successful. So yeah, that's
Oh dear, oh dear. Oh,
yeah.
this is perfect for any relationship. I'm telling you,
Thank
it's
you.
not even just tennis.
Thank you.
Well, listen, who is the hardest opponent that you've ever played against then?
There's a few that I haven't had much success with. There's a few. I think recently, I think that yeah, like I said, there's a really really good players out there. Leighton Hewitt is one that springs to mind. Just because of his, I've never seen somebody so competitive on the tennis court.
Yeah.
In terms of just pure, there are a couple of doubles players that actually were really tough to play against, and I think the level is just so high. But if I was to give someone a credit for just pure competition, it has to be Leighton Hewitt. I think he brings out a lot. I think when I played Nick Kyrgios, it wasn't fun.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just he takes the racket out of your hand, and there's a lot of these guys who are very very good. But I would give it, like, in terms of competition, I like to compete and I like to put myself out there. But when I play against him, I feel pretty small. When I play against Hewitt, I feel like I feel like I feel like the smaller tiger. Yeah.
He's not listening to me, even as an opponent.
Right. I feel like my command doesn't make any impact on him. That's the problem. So,
all right. But by the way, Sanya Mirza was waving to you if you want to wave back. So she's in
Hi,
there
Tanya.
listening to you.
Thank you. She's listening. Okay, wow.
No, she's listening. So you
Yeah.
were really careful. You were really careful when you were answering that question.
I was
just
careful. I mean, I could put her in that list, but I've never played her. I mean, she's too good for me. I've never played her in a proper match. So I think, but more than that, I was looking more like at at the men's doubles kind of chart. So I was thinking, like, who's kind of the one guy who, and I've played a lot of guys now. I actually struggle to think on the top of my head, but Sanya is a very good friend of mine, though. So she's
a good friend, but she's not going to listen to you, right? So there's
she's
no
not
way
listening
that
to
you-
me. She's not
listening
going
to
to
you.
she's not going to listen to anything I say. So that's fine. That's absolutely. She's just
Oh,
listening
dear.
for the entertainment value. That's just.
Yeah, so this is it.
Yeah.
But going back though to what you said about having to move out to kind of get I guess the best training or the best environment to play tennis well in terms of training. In fact, funny you should say that, because I came across an article. I think it was by Vishnu Vardhan. Now, I think did he play the
Vishnu
Asian
was
Games?
just here. Vishnu was just here like 3 minutes ago.
Yeah, was
I
he
don't know
there?
if yeah, he said the espresso shots thing.
Oh, right. Okay. Well,
Yeah.
I mean, so I think I read something where he said that that the government or the country doesn't seem to, I guess, promote tennis for youngsters enough in this country, in India. I mean, what would you say about that? Would you agree with him?
I mean, I think I think it's not just tennis. I think the issue is more grassroots than that. I think we don't have anything that we can build upon. So we're not the best in the world at it. We're like cricket. We're a world sport played by 180 countries. We don't have any indoor facilities. We don't have a way of making any top singles men's players or Grand Slam champions because we've never done it before. Small things, but it leads to a big problem. So from their point of view, why do they invest in a failed proposition, which is tennis? I mean, right now, but I mean, in the big scheme. But in the big scheme of things,
potential success.
I wish I was the government and I would tell them the same thing. But some people are like, he's absolutely right. We don't invest in but it's not just tennis. It's a lot of sports that we don't invest in, and that's because we are scared of not getting the outcome that we want. But unfortunately, this is a 10, 20-year process before we produce one Roger Federer, one Nishikori.
Yeah.
Maybe a 25, 30-year process.
But isn't it a chicken or an egg scenario? Unless you invest, we're not going to get the skill development. What do you think this country needs then? What do we need to do to combat that? If you were a politician for a day.
Yeah. Okay.
So what would you want to happen, sports-wise, and particularly tennis then? Because it is, after the US.
Well, tennis-wise, I want everybody to play tennis. I want everybody to start playing tennis. They have to play, whether it's indoors. We don't have one indoor center. So that's an easy solution. If everybody could play tennis, like everybody can pick up a cricket bat, if everybody pick up a tennis racket, we'd be in a great position in the sport. Unfortunately, only a few lucky ones or a few skilled ones or a few privileged ones happen to pick up a tennis racket. And we play a sport that's, 200 times more competitive. This is played by 200 countries. Cricket's played by 7 to 10 countries. It's not comparable. It's not really comparable in the world scheme of things. What these girls who make it in tennis from India or the guys who make it in tennis from India, they're remarkable athletes. They're miracles of the system because we don't deserve them. We just have them. So, while as in cricket, we pump in the money, we get the athletes, we become the best in the world. Or in badminton, we give them the certain platform that we pump in the money and we become the best close to the best in the world. But in football or in tennis or in soccer or in tennis, it's a very, very different proposition. We are very, very far from the top. So if we're very, very far from the top, it requires a mammoth investment and it also requires a mammoth change.
Right. Okay. But also cultural as well. you can see I've been busy. Now, I read an article, where Sania Mirza herself said, yes, that India has progressed, but it's still a couple of generations before, any woman even would accept, playing tennis as a career choice. Or is it about the woman or is it the family accepting it as a career choice?
It's a bit of both. I'm not a woman. I'm like not in her position. I'm not in her position, so I'm not. Obviously, she's had it really tough. There's no denying. But I think every Indian family has it tough to convince their parents to turn pro at tennis. I think that's just the way it goes. Every person who's made it in tennis from India, like I said, is just way, way, way ahead in terms of respect for me than any cricketer or any any badminton player for that reason, because they get support if they get support from the government. It's a very different game. None of us have got anything and we still manage to play at the top level, which is, we still manage to play at the top level. Achievement is given according to whatever whatever you're first given. So if we are given only nothing, then these guys are talking about that. Rohan Bopanna is a great example. He's made it like he became world number 3 with pretty much zero support. So, like these guys, Sania became world number 1 with being a girl, being from being a woman, background, being from that background. I can't imagine how tough it was. It's just phenomenal how good the achievements are for what we deserve for the country. Yeah. We don't deserve any of this. The odds. Yeah. No, and plus India has never invested a penny into making these athletes. Jivan, for example, India has never invested a penny. They don't deserve him, but they have him. And that's what makes him special, Right. While we invested in a Virat Kohli, we invested in a Sachin Tendulkar from a very young age. We gave him all the training from 16. He never had to pay a rupee for his training, for his facilities, for his things. So, that's very, very different to having someone who pays every day to try and make a living and goes abroad
Yeah.
and is ready to lose like lakhs of rupees just for losing first round.
And to represent your country as well. So,
Yeah,
and this is what makes it sad, doesn't it?
yeah.
Oh dear, dear, dear. But I was also going on about these articles that I read. You can imagine.
You've been reading a lot, Annie. Thanks
I
for reading so much. Yeah.
have, I have. But what did worry me? That I came across one which actually was talking about, and it's sad that you are looking ahead and you're saying that it may take, so Sania's saying it'll take a couple of generations, you're saying we need about 20 years, but at the same time, within that time, we're looking at articles which suggest that there's some opinions that tennis may be losing relevance today compared to other things because of the length of the game, because nobody's willing to sit through how many hours per game, and judges are being replaced with other stuff. So is that true though?
Well, I think if you look at the world numbers, it's probably not true. I mean, of course we can shorten it from 5 sets to 3 sets, which most tournaments are anyway. I think most, apart from the Grand Slams, every tournament now, even Davis Cup, has become 3 sets. So
Yeah.
I don't think that holds so much relevance. Of course, we can make it shorter, but no unsuccessful sport in your country will be relevant. So cricket is not relevant in the USA. The only reason is because they don't play cricket and they're not good at it.
Right.
If they became world number one at it, they would consider it a relevant sport. So we consider
Right.
kabaddi a relevant sport because
I
we
know.
play it. So because
Yeah.
we're the best at it. So we think
Yeah.
it's a relevant sport. But that's fine. That's absolutely fine. But we can't expect tennis to be a relevant sport with being not as successful as the other sports.
Yeah, because they were worried that, the really good players like Federer and everybody, they're getting much older. The
Yeah.
target audience for tennis is
Yeah.
around about 50 odd.
Yeah.
So I think this is where they were going. So what are the things they're doing to keep it young and fresh then?
Well, I think the key is that, I mean, are they doing enough? I'm not sure. But the key is to remember that we thought the same when Sampras retired. We thought the same thing when Agassi retired. We think the same thing when Federer retired. I think that we have to realize that Wimbledon or tennis or the US Open or the French Open is way bigger than an athlete himself. So Federer plays tennis and I play tennis. Tennis will go on regardless of Federer or me. People come
Right.
to watch the Wimbledon final. People are that interested that they come. Then Federer plays. It's a great thing.
Yeah.
But the first thing they go for is they're going for Wimbledon. Everyone
Right.
wants to go and watch Wimbledon. Everybody wants to go and watch the French Open. Everybody wants to go and watch the Masters final. So we have to keep that in perspective and then build the younger crop. So are they doing enough to build a younger crop? I'm sure they're trying their best, and I'm sure they're doing. Can they do more? Yes, they can do more in making these names more popular. But I think they have a great product. I think tennis is, always going to win when it comes to this game.
Well, we definitely need it because apparently during Wimbledon we consume 24 tons of strawberries, and the sales will go down
I think there are more people that go for strawberries and cream than Roger Federer. I'm going to put my statement out there and say more people go for the strawberries and cream than Roger Federer in the week.
Oh, no, you did not hear it here.
I know. I didn't want to create anything controversial, but yeah.
Oh, but what the hell? Actually,
Exactly,
you're gonna dust yourself up. Like you've always done. Dust yourself up and get back out there.
I'll get back up. Yeah, I'm used to it. I fail enough.
I'm used to it. I'm used to it.
Yeah.
Well, listen, but you know what? So tennis, politics, and TV host, right? So chai with Raja.
Yeah,
So
I think
chai
tennis.
with the Raja.
No. I think tennis and TV host. There's no politics. There's politics. It's just politics is just one of those things that may happen, may not happen, and if it helps, I'll do it. But.
I've learned never say never. I've
Yeah.
learned this.
I'm happy to try, but I'm not guaranteeing failure in that. In the TV stuff, I enjoyed it, and it was a good experience during this lockdown, and maybe it goes further.
Is it going to carry on? Because I thought it was amazing. I thought it was amazing because you went from sports questions, it's a question of sport, like in England.
Yeah.
And you went to questions about the price on prices of potatoes. I thought it was hysterical.
I know. The reason is that I want to make these athletes we're very normal people. I just want to make sure that everybody knows
don't be
that.
silly.
No, I promise you that. I promise that we are actually super normal and super boring. But we're like, we crack the same jokes. I wanted to give you a more human side of them, because you always
Yeah.
hear about them you always hear about them talking about their
Winning
forehand or
stuff.
talking about their backhand or winning stuff or how does it feel to win Wimbledon. But nobody asks them, how, what is the price of potatoes in Bombay, for example? Like, oh, how many times did you sneeze? Or, just random stuff that we actually always talk about. But,
Yeah.
when we come off on the interview, it looks very formal. It looks like we are, it's all pre-planned answers, which is
Well, I
what I
hope we've
try to
broken the
change.
mold. I hope
Yeah,
we
yeah,
broke the mold
no,
today.
we've definitely broken the mold, but I want all the players to kind of break the mold, so
Well, they
they
can
don't
come
put the.
on here.
Yeah,
We could just do it
I
again.
know, right? I think they should, but yeah.
Well, you never know. You could also be on TV, because a real big screen, because Jonathan Augustin, a director for The Lift Boy, joined us as well, and
Oh
he's
wow,
also watching you. So
oh
you
wow, thanks.
never know.
Yeah,
You
I know,
never know.
maybe,
Yeah,
you
his
know.
speciality with The Lift Boy is that his actor, well, the people that he took on in his movie, none of them were actors.
Oh
So
wow,
you
that's
have
pretty cool.
potential.
Wow,
So
I
you
have
can fail
potential.
as much as
I,
you like.
I think I just, I don't think he needs me. I think he's fine. He's fine without me. I'm not a big movie guy, but yeah, I enjoy
Never
like,
say never.
yeah, exactly. Maybe I'm in the next movie. Who knows? Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
you never know. Now listen. Now you've given people a lot of questions. You've given a little. Now I think it's time to kind of turn the tables, right? And I think we should do a very easy chai with Annie D. How
Okay,
about that?
go for
Are
it.
you-
Go for it. I'm ready to listen. Whatever you say, I'm ready to answer. I promise honesty. I
Well,
promise
listen,
honesty.
I should, no, it's all very simple. It's
Okay.
all, you know what? I made it easy, and I made it
Why
about your
did you make it? Why did
speciality.
you make it easy,
Ah,
Annie?
you know why? Because I actually don't know the price of potatoes.
Okay.
No, because no, my logic being is I don't need to know the price, because these are staple things. And I
Okay.
actually felt for Bhupati when you asked that question. I thought, even I do not know this.
I don't know either. I was just I actually Googled it as well. So to be
Yeah, with
honest,
the
I
sal.
Googled it, but it was my idea, so I'm going to take the credit for it.
But he was almost right, to be
Yeah, I
honest.
think he
He
was.
wasn't
I
far from the
wasn't sure.
truth.
Oh, really?
That was
Okay.
the worst thing.
I
Yeah.
think he might have Googled it. I think he might have Googled the answer. Yeah, that's the truth. He
Oh,
probably
so
had someone
quickly.
behind it. Yeah.
His
Yeah.
wife behind him, definitely.
Someone was behind.
Okay, right. So very easy. Okay. I mean, you should know this already. This is all part of your game.
Oh wow.
Well,
Don't
sort of.
expect me to know too much.
So
Yeah.
that, okay,
Yeah.
fine. Okay. Here's your first one. I wish I had my bell. Imagine there's a virtual
Yeah.
hamper here, right beside me.
I'll
Okay.
answer as fast as I can.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. When was the first organized game of tennis played, and where?
Oh, I have zero clue. I'm gonna say London in 1829. Oh,
Oh,
Rhode Island.
oh
Rhode
God.
Island.
1874 in Massachusetts.
Oh, wow. Oh, and that's
Oh,
but Massachusetts. I thought it was in Rhode Island. Oh, I could be wrong.
look,
Maybe.
you said
No, no,
London. How can
yeah,
you make a
no, no,
guess?
no. I actually because then I remember that I played the Hall of Fame, and that's where that's where they were.
Oh,
But that's in Rhode Island. I was no chance I get that,
you
Annie.
didn't learn
That's
anything, did you, from the Hall
that
of
I
Fame?
didn't learn anything
You
from
didn't learn anything.
anything, and I didn't even know the year, so I was way off. I thought it was 1829, 1874. Wow, well, that's
Yeah,
pretty good.
see, look, there you go.
Yeah.
You're associated with something that is so old.
Oh,
Feel
I thought it
proud.
was pretty new. 150 years. Yeah.
Well, no. Well, only
100.
when we bought it, we turned it, and well, not we. I mean, I'm talking because I'm from Britain. I'm born and brought up in England, but
Okay.
we converted it into a rather proper sport.
Oh wow. Okay. Yeah. I would. It has become a problem. Yeah. That's
That's a
really
rather
good.
proper sport.
Yeah.
Yes.
Now it's a proper spot.
No,
Go for it.
it could be better with the right investment. But
Yeah.
anyway, we
No,
digress.
no. Now in England, it's a great investment. England, a lot of they invest well. I'm proud.
Yes, they do.
Yeah.
Oh, they do in
Yeah.
everything.
Yeah.
Right. How much? Well, so, okay, let's do this. So where did tennis originate from? So before it became a proper sport, where did it actually originate, and when?
Oh, wow. Can I have like options, or is this just it's just a
No,
straight?
sorry.
Oh no,
Oh,
I
okay,
can't.
fine. Okay,
No,
okay,
no,
okay,
no,
fine.
no,
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 no.
no. I'm going to
I'll
make it
try.
easy.
No, no, I'll try. I'll try. Well, you said Massachusetts, so I'm going to say USA.
Originally, before it came this way.
France.
Yes. Oh my God, Kiran,
Yeah, that's
Marilyn
my
Roger.
mom. That's
That
my
is
mom. So she
that
she
is
helps
not
me.
fair.
She helps me. That's good. Thanks, mom. Thank you. Thanks for the answer.
So
France. Wow, I didn't have a clue, Annie. Honestly.
he was supposed to fail so he could become better at this. That was his
I
strategy.
failed too much. Mom said I failed too much, so I failed
Tried
already
to get it
before.
right.
Yeah, yeah, I got it right. Yeah,
Okay, in particular, mum, right? French monks, by the way. And
yeah.
when? Yes, see, mum knows. But when? When? You can give me a range.
17th century, 18th
T-
century.
Seriously?
Yeah, I have no idea.
Seriously?
I have zero
11th,
idea.
between the 11th and the 12th century. You see
Wow,
how old this is?
wow,
I
wow.
think you should
That's
note these down. You know what? This
I should note
hamper,
these down. Wow, I
I
think if
didn't either.
anybody knows this, they'll be like phenomenal. If they know this, if any tennis player knows this, they can play doubles with me next tournament.
They could even go to the Hall of Fame, and
Exactly.
they
They
could
could
be your lifeline in Kaun
exactly.
Banega Crorepati.
Yeah, exactly. I hope I don't get these tough answer questions there. This,
Okay.
yeah.
Well, do you know that actually it was never originally played with a racket? It was actually palm ball. It was just a ball with a
Oh
palm.
wow. Okay, I didn't
So
know.
when did here's an easier question.
No.
When did they actually introduce the racket?
No way. There's no way I get this. There's no way. Zero
Come
chance.
on.
No,
Oh,
zero
come on.
chance. You're
16th
giving me like
century.
you're giving me like
16th.
600 years of I have no idea. There's like
Look,
600 years in
I'm
there.
I'm
There's
giving
no
you
way.
look, but you know what? Because you're making the present and the future, I'm giving you the history. Now I could be campaigning for you
Wow.
in your campaign.
I hope you campaign. I hope there's nothing about this palm ball stuff. But let's go with. I
Thank
have no idea.
God. Well,
I have
thank
no
God
idea.
they introduced the racket, is what I can
No,
say.
that's good.
Okay, so I'm not sure about this, but no, I'm going to knock that one over. Okay,
No, you can. You can
no, I'm
ask
going to
me.
knock the other one, right? So now, as per the International Federation of Tennis, what is the weight of a tennis ball?
Uh,
Tick, tock, tick, tock.
52 grams.
Oh, you know what? You're not bad. You're not bad. You're almost close. Do you want to 56 to 59.4 grams?
Wow. Wow. So I was close.
Look at
I
that.
actually 52 grams I would have said. Yeah, but wow,
Yeah,
that's
you
good,
did.
no? That's
Yeah, but
pretty
it's still wrong.
that's as good. That's I think
But you were close.
all my tennis
No, your
fraternity would be
connection,
proud of that answer.
your deliberate connection. Who's losing that
Oh no,
connection
no. 50,
deliberately on the rapid fire? That could be
maybe it's
Manisha.
me. It's me, maybe. It's maybe me. No, that's maybe me. 52 grams, I think. I would have said 52, but 56 is not bad. I was close enough. You can give me that
Not
one,
bad,
Annie.
not bad. Yeah, so yeah, I will, because to be honest, I feel sorry for you because this hamper
Okay.
is going to kind of die a death
Okay.
if you don't get one right
Please
answer.
send me the hamper. I need a lot of
I
gifts.
will.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Now listen. Now this is look, everybody knows this, okay? Who gave the loudest grunt on the tennis court?
Sharapova.
Yes! Oh my God! I
Yeah.
wish I had my bell. I wish
Yeah,
I
yeah,
had
that
my bell. Well done.
I would know that. Yeah, I would
You.
know
Why
that.
would you know
I'm
that? Why
more,
would you know that, sir?
I'm a more modern day kind of guy. I'm not a big historian. I'm not a big historian when it comes to that, especially with like palm ball and stuff. I have no clue. I'm
Okay.
just happy that the rackets came out.
Okay,
Yeah,
fine. We've come in that direction, you mean?
exactly.
Okay, okay. But then, if that is the case, do you know the decibel? Do you know the decibel of her grunt?
It was louder than a helicopter or something. It was like
Apparently, it plays
110.
105 decibels.
Oh wow. Okay, that's not bad, huh? I remember this. This is.
See, these are the things you remember. These are the...
I'm a modern day type guy. I told you I'm a modern day player. Yeah,
Oh, look.
120.
Surya says 120. Okay, we're gonna, the
Whatever. It's
jury's
over.
out on this.
It's higher than. It's
It's
more than
higher than
a.
100.
Yeah, it's more than an aeroplane taking off or something. That's what they
And
say on tour.
the fact that it's noted and the fact that we're talking about it, you know what? It's good enough.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
pretty loud. It's pretty loud. I can guarantee you that. I've seen her play a few times and it's pretty loud. There's no
But
doubt.
one question though. I've always wanted to know why do we use love in tennis to commemorate a zero? What's the logic? I want to know.
Uh,
Actually, I want to know.
I don't have a clue. I think it's because I have no idea why we use love 15, 30, 40 game. I have no idea.
Why
It's
can't
just
it just be a
random.
zero?
For me,
What?
for me, it's random
Zero.
numbers. It could be one,
Why,
two,
why
three,
not
four.
just a big zero?
I have no idea, Annie. I wish
Oh,
I
well,
knew more. I think it was
oh no,
it
your
was
mum
French.
is on again.
Oh,
No, listen to your mum. She's on again.
oh
It's the
wow,
Lord
Lord.
Egg in French.
Oh
Your mum
wow.
is on a roll. You know,
She's on
mum,
a
would
roll.
you like to
She
sit
she
next to your
she
son?
she wants to, she's coming over in a bit. She can sit next to me. So
She wants that hamper.
yeah,
She
she wants
wants
it.
that.
I'll give it to her. I'll give it to her. That's fine. I can give her the hamper. No problem. Yeah.
Now, here is the last question, but it is the most important question. Now, this is a question that will make or break you.
Oh wow.
Okay, now this is really important. It's something that
Okay.
you need to kind of store away in your memory bank. Okay.
Okay.
Now, I want to ask you, do you know who Rufus is?
Rufus.
Uh-huh.
Rufus. What comes to mind when I say Rufus? No, I don't know who Rufus is.
Oh, no, seriously.
Who's
Seriously.
Rufus?
Rufus, I will tell you, is Harris Hawk.
Harris Hawk.
It is,
Okay.
yes, it is the hawk that flies over Wimbledon to keep away the pigeons.
Oh, I do know that. I do know
Oh,
that. I forgot. I do know that.
how
I
can
knew
you not
that.
know
Rufus, yeah.
Rufus?
I know Rufus because he did show up a few times, but only on the center court. I've not played there, but I heard it on the
It is,
commentary.
yes,
Yeah,
it is.
I heard it on the commentary though.
You know the best thing, shall I tell you the best thing?
Tell
He
me,
has
Annie.
10,000 followers on Twitter. What am I
Wow.
doing wrong?
I don't know. We're doing something wrong, clearly, Annie. We need to up our game.
Oh, seriously, honestly. You
Yeah.
know, Rufus obviously is in the know. He could teach me a
He's
few
a
things.
hawk. He's a hawk. He's in the know,
Yes,
yeah.
he is. Oh my
So,
God. Well, I tell you something. You know what? You know, Purav, thank you so much for
thanks,
coming
Annie.
on
Thanks.
today.
Thank you so much. Thanks, Annie.
You've been an absolute star.
Thank you.
You are anyway, but you
No,
have been
no, no.
today.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thanks, Annie. Thanks for inviting me and look forward to seeing you in real sometime soon.
Yeah, I hope so. You
Yeah.
can come in. In fact, your hamper, you can collect yourself. Why don't you come over and get it yourself? And bring
Oh,
Kiran auntie as well.
yeah.
Obviously, she deserves it.
Yeah, she deserves it. Okay. Okay, we'll plan something, Annie, soon.
Yeah, definitely. And I have
Okay.
to say thank you so much to my listeners as well, to our
Yeah.
listeners. Thank you so much for joining in. You've been absolutely brilliant, especially your mum, Purav.
Yeah.
And of course, if you missed out some of it, and the people that are going to join in later, you've got the IGTV that Purav will be on. And if you want to like and subscribe to my YouTube channel, Annie D in Conversation with, it'll be Annie D in Conversation with Purav Raja. He'll
Wow.
be on there as well.
Subscribe, guys.
And if you're more a kind of a website person, well, why don't you click into www.annied.in. It is all there. My articles will be there. Purav will be there. And of course, I'll be there too. So, Purav, Purav, thank you so much once
Thanks, Annie.
again.
Thank
And
you so
Amisha as well.
much. Thank
Great
you.
to see you.
Good
Great
luck.
to talk to you. Good luck
Good luck.
to you too.
Thanks, Annie.
Bye
Thank you
now.
so much. Bye, bye, bye.